So, welcome to the podcast where we explore everything regarding real estate, the home ownership, and the ever changing housing market. I'm your host today, and today we'll be diving into Calgary's real dynamic housing market with an expert who knows everything inside out. So, please welcome Montaj Mali. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Arsh, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and taking the opportunity to speak with you.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a pleasure to have you here too. So let's start with your background. So how did you get into the real estate and what led you to specialize in Calgary's housing market?
I've always been passionate about helping others, and the main goal I have ever since entering the real estate market was to use my platform to educate and give knowledge to my following, or anyone actually, any person in looking for a home, investing in a home, selling homes. I just want to give information and educate so that people can make an educated decision when it comes to their biggest investment. That was my biggest goal coming in. And then the interest was actually gained when I was growing up. My dad was a home builder with artistic homes. So ever since I was around like 8, 9 years old, I've always had an interest in homes. So yeah, that'd be my background.
Oh, nice. So you mentioned that you want to educate and help others. So what made you confident that you were able to guide and help others?
What makes me confident is that um, I would say that I'm always learning. I'm forever looking at the market or seeing tips that I could like give on to someone that doesn't have any education in this market. So as far as education goes, I gained my confidence through my realty. They do a great job at educating us, whether it's like your first time that you're a realtor, they put you through a practicum course, or if you ever have any questions, you just like ask them if you're ever feeling stuck. So I have a team of about 900 realtors that I'm working with. So even if you are just working with me, you can be confident in the fact that there's a whole team behind me. So I also spend hours a day learning about the real estate market, what tips, what tricks, like new first-time home buyers or investors, or even if you want to sell, right? Like what your home value is. Like I'm always doing my homework, and that's what I always portray on my social media as well. Is that if you work with me, I'm looking to educate you. And even if you don't work with me and you just follow my page simply and you gain education from there, I just want everyone to be aware of what they may be getting into when it comes to buying a home, right? So whether you're buying, selling, or investing, always educate yourself before jumping into the investment.
Nice. That's amazing. Sounds like you have a solid foundation in this industry. So like how long you have been realtor for?
So I just started my real estate career as a realtor a year ago, and it's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. The amount of people I've met, the friends I've made, and the connections I've also made. It's just wholesome when you see you fit the perfect person with their perfect home.
That's amazing.
You
So,
got it.
Mantaj, in your opinion, why do you think some people have very negative perception for realtors? Why is that so?
Now you're trying to get me in trouble, right? So I feel like there's a negative perception on realtors based off of your personal experience that you may have had with a past realtor you've worked with, right? If a realtor just goes about trying to get a sale done just to get a sale done, it can be very anxiety provoking for the first time home buyer or any seller in that scenario, because if you're treated as if you already know everything about real estate and you're being pushed, it could be scary, right? You don't know what type of investment you're making, or if your realtor is doing it for your best interest or their own best interest. So one thing that I want to ensure is like when people work with me, my main goal is to change that perception, right? I can do my best in the sense that like if you're uncomfortable or you don't know what you're getting yourself into, any question is a good question, right? I want my clients to feel like they're supported. I want them to feel like they're educated, and I want them to be confident in their realtor. That when it comes to negotiations, it's not just to get the sale done; it's for the best interest of my client.
Yeah, that's fair. So there's most commonly asked question that why do like realtors often ask this is the best time to buy a house? Why?
Um, Damn. Okay, so to be completely honest with you, it depends on the market. There's no time like the present to buy. So to be honest, it completely depends on the current market, right? There is no time like the present to buy. As history shows, properties are an appreciating asset. So what you build or what you buy will always grow in equity. That, of course, is if you make the right investment, right? To make the right investment, you need to be knowledgeable, and if you're not knowledgeable yourself, you need a realtor that is, so that they can help guide you through the process of how to make the right decision in any market. So, when the right time to buy is when you know what you're looking for. It's easy to narrow down the options in the market. And the biggest thing that I would say for advice is to have patience. If what you're looking for is not in the current market, you can wait for the new inventory to come, and maybe those houses may check the boxes. The patience part happens if you have the time to afford to wait, right, for your perfect house. There's also a risk that runs. If you wait for the perfect house, the market can change, right? So the best time to buy is now, just because the unpredictability of the future market. It can go up, and the homes appreciate, it almost always does. If you look at homes that were bought in the past, you hear about 2,100 square feet homes being bought at 300,000, right? Now the exact same house is selling for 650 or more, right? So if you buy now, in another 20 years, what will the value of that property be, right? That's why I would say now is the best time if you can, and if your realtor that you work with is knowledgeable.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, Montage, let's talk about the current trends. So, what do you see in the Calgary's real estate market like right now? What's going on?
Well, we're entering our spring season. So compared to last year, our current market, we have more inventory as houses are sitting in the market for a couple more days. This is showing a shift from an extreme seller's market more towards a balanced market. And it'll be interesting to see, like, throughout this year, if it'll continue being a seller's market, if it will go more towards a balanced.
So, what does it mean to be a seller's market?
All right, so to be a seller's market, it means that there's a lot of buyers in the market. There's less homes, too many buyers. So when it comes to pricing your home, you can price it more competitively, as there will be multiple offers on that home. It's harder to negotiate as a buyer when it's a seller's market. They control a little bit more of what's happening. And once again, to be said, like, if you are a buyer in this market, it's not to be scared. It's just about finding the right person to work with. And if you find the right realtor, there's, like I said before, in any market you can find the gems in Calgary. However, if you're a seller, this upcoming spring might be the best time for you to put your house up to get its optimal price. We are predicting, or we are expecting, the housing market to stay in the seller's competition for a while. So if you are a seller and you're looking to sell this year and you want a free home evaluation, feel free to reach out to me.
Yeah, cool. So, what would be the best advice you would give to like first-time home buyers in Calgary?
The best advice I would give to a first-time home buyer is to understand the budget that they may be working with. And to better understand your budget, you should get pre-approval for your mortgage first. So you can search for the houses within your realm. It narrows it down from all of Calgary to the specified budget you may have. And then from there, you narrow down like what community you want to be in. So do the research for where you'd want to be for the next portion of your life. And that's not just the advice that I would give to a first-time home buyer. I would give that advice to absolutely anybody. Because when you're buying, preparation is key, right? Well, it's also important to have your patience. And the reason I say preparation is key is because if you have this knowledge beforehand, and what you don't, like what you see in the market you may not like, you can wait for maybe an extra couple of months and wait to see if your perfect property comes up on the market, right? And if it does come up on the market, you're ready to go, and you can beat other buyers to that property because you'll be ready.
Yeah.
So don't rush. I know that this is a anxiety-provoking process, It's unclear to first-time home buyers what step will be coming up after the next. So just for that reason, I have put together a first-time home buyer guide. If you would like to have that PDF, feel free to reach out, and it's absolutely free. I'll just send it to you. All I need is your email. And I put that together to make it so buyers aren't so worried about the unknown of what to expect next in the process. And lastly, the last thing that I would advise for a home buyer is to understand all the expenses that come with being a home buyer, right? A lot of people look at the month-to-month expense being just mortgage, and just do your research about what expenses come when you're a home buyer.
So you mentioned about expenses. So what expenses would they be like?
So a lot of people just go in assuming that, well, we just have to pay our mortgage. What is our monthly mortgage and how do we calculate that? And that's what we have to cover. It's more than just that. You have to pay for amenities. You have to pay for your property tax. You have to pay for your home insurance. And if you live in a condo, you have to pay the condo fees, right? There's also unexpected miscellaneous expenses that come up, such as damages or renovations. So like anything that comes with this is something that you should have in your budget. And just to be mindful about it, because I know when you get in the process of home buying, it's easy to forget these things.
And there's a stigma regarding some condo fee. Like, what do you think buyers do not want to spend like fee monthly? What do you think about that?
So when it comes to condo fees, a lot of people are like, we pay our monthly mortgage. Why should we pay a monthly condo fees? Like,
Right.
a lot of people don't really understand what may come in the condo fees. So it is different board to board. So every condo board has its own condo fees and it covers its own things. An example I can give is I have a property up for sale right now in the Southwest. It's in the Prominence Mansions.
Oh, nice.
And it is a detached home. What comes in that condo fees is that you have insurance on the home covered. Any time there's snow, the condo board will come and do snow removal for you. There's trash removal, there's gardening, and then if there's damages to the outside of your house, like let's say your roof gets damaged, the condo board will come and repair that for you, so you don't have to cover that expense. It's covered in your condo fees. So these are the types of benefits that you have when it comes to condo fees. Every condo will have its own, so it's important to look over the condo documents, and the right realtor will guide you. Like I've been saying, that they should have the knowledge to be able to guide you through the benefits and the downfalls of owning a townhouse, a condo, or an apartment.
Yeah, it's a great advice. I hope listeners are taking notes on that. Mantaj, what about sellers? Like, how would they make their like home stands out in this competitive market?
So a way a seller can make their home stand out in this competitive market is, number one, price is always the first thing a buyer looks at. They'll judge based off of if the price is in their range to even go look at this home. The second step is to make the home look absolutely beautiful, right? You have to declutter, you have to stage your home, whether you do it professionally or if you do it yourself. It just has to look super presentable every single showing. The reason why that's such a big deal is because first impressions are the last impression. If someone walks into a home and from the outside it looks amazing, and the moment they step inside, they're like, it doesn't stand out. Buyers are looking at multiple homes a day, and if not a day, they're looking at multiple homes a week. You want your home to stand out, and the way to do that is to make sure that you present your home. If it's worth 700,000, the home should look like it's worth 780, right? That's the best way that I would suggest. And if your home needs touch-ups, a lot of people do like painting, little touch-ups to make the home more presentable.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Okay, with the knowledge you have and you're learning as a realtor, what is the thing that is different, like you wish you had did different in your life?
That's actually a great question. Something I wish I did differently was in my early 20s, learn about real estate, learn about the market, and learn how to invest. In my early 20s, we had COVID that came around, took a couple years of our lives. There's no excuse. It's just like during that period, there wasn't much income being made. right? Therefore, I didn't have a down deposit to put into a house or an investment property. And the reason why I think that's so important to do in your early 20s is because while you live at home with your parents, so it's so important to have this rental income because the value that you have with this house while you're living with your parents, you're just generating assets.
Yeah.
I'm looking to get married in the next year.
Nice.
So I have this wedding expense coming up. Then after that, we're gonna look to buy our first starter home, and that's where my first home is gonna be coming. If I already had one in the past with my 5% down already, I could have already gone this I would have had that property, and then with this marriage that's coming up, I could have put the next 5% on my wife's name, and we would have had two properties right there, one rental income and one our own property. So even though it's in the 20s and it's super hard to imagine how it is to be a homeowner, it's never too early. It's a lot easier than it may seem. And once again, if you want more information as a young first-time home buyer, feel free to reach out. It is the best investment because people gamble anyways. They gamble on sports, they gamble in casinos, they gamble in life.
Yeah.
And they're betting on a 50-50 chance. With an appreciating asset like a home or a property or land, you're pretty much betting on a sure thing. And everyone in this world is wondering how to get rich is to bet on the sure thing first. Establish your stability.
Yeah, nice. So talking about the investments, why do you think people should invest in Calgary's market, Calgary's real estate?
So I believe that Calgary is fast growing. We've seen this happen over the years where the growth in the population just keeps on booming.
Yeah.
There is an investment opportunity because in provinces like BC and Ontario, the lifestyle is very expensive. So a lot of people are migrating within Canada to Calgary and Alberta. So even if you're not moving yourself and you have the capital to invest in Calgary real estate, it is almost guaranteed as can be, because it is less expensive than the places that you may be already investing in. And the rental income is there. There are lots of people looking to rent. So as an investor, this is why I would invest in Calgary real estate, as the prices are going up, the lifestyle is changing, and there's just everlasting growth within population.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea to invest in Calgary, I think. So yeah, before we wrap up, is there something you would like to share with the listeners?
Just that whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Calgary real estate has something for every lifestyle. If you do have any questions and you need a trusted realtor, feel free to message me. I am just a message away. I will respond and I will look to help you out the best of my capabilities, and my team is always there to support us. You can feel confident in choosing me, and if you don't want to choose me, that's completely fine. Just follow my page to be educated for when it is time for you to buy your first home. Just that whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Calgary has something for everyone. Don't hesitate to reach out to a trusted realtor. If you don't have a realtor, you can always reach out to me. I'm just one message away.
To all the listeners here, if you have any housing related queries, he's ready to help you here, and you can contact him.
My phone number is 403-909-6130, and you can follow me on my Instagram at Mantaj Malik.
Yeah, we'll do that. And thank you so much, Mantaj, for coming here and sharing your expertise with our listeners today. It was nice having you here.
100%. Thank you for having me, Arsha. It was amazing being on this podcast.